all in all, there's no sleep, no remorse, no candy floss, no.
Yeah, what up? It's your boy Reason, the Almighty God Body, also known as Sizwe Alakine, and this is Hype21.
First question, what is your earliest or your first memory of Hype magazine?
My earliest, the first memory of Hype magazine. It's crazy. I was actually trying to remember who the first cover of Hype magazine was. If I'm not mistaken, it was Dukes. I'm wrong. I could be. But I think the first issue literally was my first memory of the Hype magazine. My fondest first memory of the Hype magazine was being on the first Hype magazine mixtape. That was also something really dope. But yeah, the very first issue, the very first mixtape, that was really my fondest memories.
And outside of the mixtape you were featured on, do you have another issue that you held in high regard, or one that was like, that made an impact that you felt at the time?
I really liked the HHP cover. And I think I was close to that one because my friends actually styled that cover. But I remember that shoot, and I remember that day so well. It was the basketball cover. They were outdoors, and the conversation I was having with Jebba at the time was just so meaningful and so necessary for me. You know, I was a guy who was kind of booming, and he was an established artist. So to be in that space and to just get a sense of the life, the shoots, the cover, the star, the styling, the dancers, the crew, everything was just, it felt really hip hop.
And if you had to put it in a sentence, what does the Hype brand represent for you?
The Hype brand for me represents the boom of South African hip hop music business. Hype magazine documented the fashion, the deals, the concerts, the albums, the record labels that came and went, everything that built this thing that was just a culture and turned it into a business. I think you could call it like the South African hip hop music Bible.
So we've got a special issue for you. I want you to check out. Can show the cam who's on the cover there.
That was me. This cover was so shady because I was supposed to look like I'm sleeping. We called it the R&B cover.
So just to start off, even on the front page, they call you an insomniac, I believe.
Yeah, the insomniac fulfills his prophecy.
Do you remember why they called you that?
The reason why was because No Sleep was the biggest song at the time. And that was the story. The whole narrative was that, Reason works so hard, he doesn't sleep. And my prophecy was really to get into the game and not be just a rapper. I wanted to be, an artist. That was actually what the article was about. It was about me talking about, I don't see myself as just another rapper. I see myself as an artist. And if you see where we are right now in 2025, I think it'd be very safe to say that even the headline still resonates. That, I'm still not sleeping, I'm still pushing, I'm still going hard. And I'm fulfilling the prophecy of being more than just a rapper, just being an overall artist. And
what would you say is the biggest difference between you today and the you that shot that cover years ago?
The me today and the one that shot the cover years ago? I don't know, I changed my name. I changed my name.
Yeah.
I think maybe, to be honest with you, this version of myself was making the business about, the music. I think this is where I was really passionate about creating beautiful music, and I was under that understanding and that I guess pride to know that I'm on this cover because I rap good, I make good music. I didn't pay nobody to get on this cover. I didn't pay no Viola to get my songs on radio to get me on this cover. I was literally off of just skill, you know. And whereas in 2025, I'm playing the game on all levels, you know. I'm doing everything at the highest level. It's not just about the art, it's about everything else that we put together, you know. Visually, what are we doing? Experientially, what are we doing? Creatively, what are we doing? Funny enough, I'm celebrating 21 years in the game as well myself, actually. So I'm actually going to have a big celebration that pretty much defines, you know, the journey from where I was when this happened to where I am now.
I hope we're invited.
I hope so too. I'm actually even thinking Hype Magazine should have been a media partner so we can both celebrate 21. But
Let's do it.
I'm doing it out on camera.
Final question.
Yes, sir.
You prophesied something on that cover about your future. We'd like for you to prophesize that when you hang up the boots and it's all said and done, what will you be remembered for?
Damn. When I hang the boots and it's all said and done, I'm gonna be remembered for being dope, man. For being dope. I think that's the only thing I can really, everything that I do and everything that I'm about, just, I'm all about doing dope shit and being remembered for doing dope shit. Writing dope songs for myself, for others, doing dope shows, you know, looking dope, dating a dope girl. I'm all about dope shit, you know. My friends are dope, my team is dope. Like everything about me is dope. That's really all I have, you know. We don't know if we'll get the sales, we don't know if we'll get the money, we don't know. But one thing I know, that nigga dope is gonna be something that you guys are gonna have to find a place on the tombstone to put on.
That's hip hop.
Straight.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for this, man. This is really dope. So am I taking this home? Look at God's silence. This is dope. Shout out.